हेलो फ्रेंड्स। आज की क्लास में हम बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट के ऊपर 50 क्वेश्चन डिस्कस करेंगे। ये रहा हमारा फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन। डैश कंसिस्ट ऑफ इकोनॉमिक कंडीशंस, इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसीज, इंडस्ट्रियल पॉलिसीज एंड इकोनॉमिक सिस्टम। योर ऑप्शंस आर बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट, इकोनॉमिक एनवायरनमेंट, नेचुरल एनवायरनमेंट and none of these. Your question is economic condition, economic policy, industrial policy and economic system. These are the covered by the economic environment. So answer is B, economic environment. The next is an analysis of external environment enable a firm to identify strength and opportunity, strength and weakness, weakness and threats, opportunity and threats. Here is the question, an analysis of external environment. By a farm only analyzes the external environment, that is the opportunity and threat. Here answer is D. Okay, next question is there are these are forces in the company's immediate environment that affect the performance of a company. Macro environment, micro environment, technological environment, natural environment. Here is the answer is macro environment. It immediately affect the environment. Okay. Then next question is in this type of economic system the government intervention will be absent. Free enterprises economy, socialist economy, mixed economy, none of these. Here answer is the government is not interfere the free enterprises economy. Answer is A. Next is five number. Dash is an economic system where the means of production are owned and managed by state. Capitalism, socialism, mixed economy, common economy. Socialism, here is the answer is socialism. Socialism is the economic system where the government owned the production and sales. The next is dash is concerned with the obligation and the duties of business of the society. Answers are social responsibility, status, authority and none of these. Your answer is first, social responsibility. Social responsibility is concerned with the obligation and duty of a business to the society. Okay. Next question is which one of the following cannot be included under the nature of a relationship between business and environment? Answers are independence, dynamic, social change, fixed. Means cannot be included under the nature of a relationship between business and environment. Business is the accept all the things from environment the ultimately accept from the products and services from the business. So fixed means it's fixed not allowed in the relationship between business and environment. So answer is D. The next is external environment of business is dash physical, demographic, economic and all. Your answer is all. Physical environment, demographic, economic. All are external environment of a business. Next question is the economic environment of a business included economic system, economic policies, economic conditions, all of these. Your economic environment also include economic system, economic policy, condition. The answer is D. Which of the following is not an essential feature of a social environment? Social environment not an essential feature of a social environment. And options are competitiveness, respect for the individuals, better quality of life, Belmont. Here answer is D, Belmont. Belmont is not essential feature of a social environment. Okay. Competitiveness, respect for individual, better quality life is the essential feature of social environment. The next is which of the following is not a part of the economic environment of a business? Your answers are options are Competitive environment, economic system, changes in patent law, none of these. Your answer is question is following is not a part of the economic environment. Economic environment in which are known if these are the answer is D, known. Competitive environment, economic system, changes in patent law. Here options are D. Okay, it means all are part of a economic environment. The next question is the low income, the low in economics are sometimes referred to as fixed world, third world, second world, first world, second world, third world, unknown. 12 number answer is third world. The low income economic are sometimes referred to as third world. Next question is 13. This is the government strategy to in request of a public expenditure and revenue which have a significant impact on business. Monetary policy, fiscal policy, trade policy, foreign exchange policy. This is the government strategy in respect of a public expenditure revenue which have a significant impact on business. Here options are monetary policy, fiscal policy. Fiscal policy is the government strategy. Okay, monetary is the RBI strategy. Trade policy is the business strategy. In which year the Constitution of India was amended to add among the other things that India should be a socialist state? Your options are 1954, 1980, 1976, 1985. Your options are 1976. Okay. Question is India was amended to add among other things that India should be a socialist state. Here add in the year 1976. The method used for transferring complex technology is turnkey contract, licensing agreement, training export. These none of these. Here options are turnkey contract. Methods. The method used for transferring complex technology is turnkey contracts. Next question is dash is concerned with the holding balance between economic and social goals and between individual and common goals. Your options are corporate management, corporate governance, business ethics, none of these. Dash is concerned with holding the balance between economic and social goals and business, individual and common goals. These are the corporate management or corporate governance. Here the option is answer is B, corporate governance. Next question is dash is concerned with the withdrawal of a state from an industry or sector partial or fully. Dash is concerned with the withdrawal of state from an industry or sector partially or fully. Liberalization, modernization, privatization, globalization. Answer is privatization is concerned with the withdrawal of a state from an industry or sector partially or fully. This is the privatization. Answer is C. Next question is which act was replaced the introduction of a competition act 2002? Your options are FERA, 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 POTA, MRTP, none of these. Your answer is MRTP Act. MRTP Act was replaced by the Competition. MRTP Act was replaced by Competition Act in 2002. Competition Act was enacted in the year dash June 2002, January 1919, December 2002, none of these. Here option this is a previous question also. Answer is December 2002. Next is dash is the process of analyzing the environment for the identification of factors which have impact on or have implication for the business. Dash is the process of analyzing the environment for the identification of factors which have impact on or have implication for the business. Okay, options are forecasting, scanning, assessment, none of these. Should be answer should be scanning. Question: scanning is the process of analyzing. Scanning is the process of analyzing the environment for the identification of factors which have impact on or have implication of the business. Okay. Next question is 21. Which committee recommended the enactment of a Competition Act? First is High Level Committee on Competition Policy and Law, a committee on lay and order, a central committee for research and policy. None of these. Your option is answer is A. High Level Committee on Competition Policy and Law. Okay, next question: which policy is concerned with rising revenue through taxation and deciding on the level of pattern of expenditure? Options are monetary policy, fiscal policy, cash policy, none of these. Answer is fiscal policy. Fiscal policy is concerned with rising revenue through taxation and deciding on the level of pattern of expenditure. Okay. Next question is 23. Dash is concerned with all the current expenditure. Dash is concerned with all the current expenditure of the government and administration. The options are revenue expenditure, capital expenditure, total expenditure, none of these. Here answer is revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure is concerned with all current expenditure of a government on administration. Okay. Next is FEMA was passed in the year 1999, 2000, 1989, 1997. Year FEMA was passed in the year 1999. Answer option is A. The next is the policy of a government related to export and import is EXIM policy, IMEX policy, EXIM EXIM policy, export policy, none of these. Your answer is B. EXIM policy. EXIM policy of a government related to export and import. Dash is an act to control and regulate the concentration of economic power to the common determine. Options are IRDA Act, MRTP Act, ILO Act, FAIR Act. Answer is B. MRTP Act is an act of control and regulation of concentration of economic power to common determine. Okay, next question is Consumer Protection Act was came into force in which year? Options are 1985, 1999, 1986, 1989. Here is the last one, 1986, and newly Consumer Protection Act also came in 2019. The next question: Indian economy is an example of a capitalist economy, closed economy, mixed economy, none of this. 28. Answer is mixed economy. C answer. Next question is dash economy is not planned, controlled or regulated by the government. Closed economy, mixed economy, free market economy. Dash economy is not planned, controlled or regulated. 29. Option is free market economy is the economy not planned or controlled by or regulated by the government. Next is DAX is an main aim of economic planning in India. Economic planning in India. Economic growth, industrial expansion, growth with social justice, none of this. Here answer is growth with social justice is the main aim of economic planning in India. Next is dash is the apex body of economic planning in India. Dash is the apex body of economic planning in India. Planning Commission, Parliament, Supreme Court, none of this. Planning Commission is the apex body of planning in India, economic planning in India. Then next is analyzing. Now is the Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog is the new apex body of and it replaces the planning commission of the economic planning of India. Okay, analyzing process of change in the business environment involves conceptualization. It adds diverse, dynamic, complex, static. Answer is C. Dynamic analysis process. Dynamic analysis process of changes in business environment involves conceptualization. Okay. The next question, the concept of a farm. The concept of a farm license to operate refers to. Options are a legal requirement for company registration, an agreement recognizing trade union, the need for a farm to retain its legitimacy in the eye of the public, the qualification needed by the company director. Okay, our answer is the concept of a farm license to operate refers to the need for a farm. Answer C. The need for a farm to retain its legitimacy in the eye of a public. Okay. Next question is the transfer of asset from public sector to the private sector is referred to as privatization, deregulation, nationalization, and individualization. 34. Option is privatization is the transfer of asset from public sector to private sector is privatization. Okay. Next question is what is the triple bottom line audit? What is the triple bottom line audit? Options are a social, economic, and environmental audit. The next is an audit of the three major financial projects of a business. Then next an audit by the physical and health of employees. Next is an audit of all the sorting resources of the enterprises. Here question is 35. The triple bottom audit line is a social, economic, and environmental audit of a company. Okay. Next question is 36. What does the PPP or P3 initiative refers to? Public-private policy paper, public-private partnership, private procurement production, personal production proposal. 36. Answer is B. Public-private partnership is the PPP or P3. Next is what does the PFI initiative refers to? Private finance initiative, private fiscal initiative, public financial initiative, private foundation initiative. Then options are here. The answer is private finance initiative. Okay. The answer is private finance initiative. What is the PFI? The globalization refers to a more integrated and independent world, lower income worldwide, less foreign trade and investment, global warming. Simple. Your option is a more integrated and independent world. A is correct. Globalization refers to. Okay. The next question is 39. Which of the following do not facilitate globalization? Improvement in the communication, barrier to trade and investment, immigration control, removal of control or movement of capital across border. Answer is barriers to trade and investment. Which of the following is not a facilitated globalization? Option B is not facilitated. Barriers to trade and investment are not facilitated globalization. Next question is 40. Which of the following is not a derived from the globalization? The fragmentation of consumer taste between countries, the competitive process, the need to gain economic of scale, none of these. Answer is following is not a derived from globalization, not not derived from globalization. The fragmentation of consumer taste between countries is not derived. Next is globalization is beneficial for farm because it protects them against foreign competition. It hoisons them from the effect of events in other countries. It opens up new market opportunities. It increases the risk and uncertainty of operating in global world economy. Okay. Option is globalization is benefited for farm because option is it opens up new market opportunities for the all farms. Okay, next is 42. Globalization can create problem for business because it can result in more competition. It increases vulnerability to practical risk and uncertainty when operating abroad. It means that they can increase price. All the operations are correct. All the options are correct. The answer is globalization can create problem for business because it can result in more competition. Okay, for the local small businesses face many problems according to globalization, so it can result in more competition. An environment question 43. An environment which is increasingly complex and turbulent display more orderly competition, more predictive demand, a reduced risk of product obsolescence, increased speed of innovation. An environment which is increasingly complex and turbulent display. In the case of increased speed of innovation. Okay, answer is increased speed of innovation. Next question is which of the following is not a business opportunity generated by globalization? Across to low cost labor, cheap international transport, currency crisis, less straightening regulation of a business environment. Which is the answer? Your answer is which of the following is not a business opportunity, not a business environment? There is currency crisis. Currency crisis is not a business opportunity generated by globalization. Okay. Next question is to determine a country's attractiveness to business required. To determine a country's attractiveness to business required a detailed analysis of element a element in the macro environment, an assessment of the political and financial risk of doing business in that country, an analysis of competitive environment, all of these. Here question is to determine the country's attractiveness to business care. Answer is should be D. There is all of the above. Okay. Next question is secondary screening involves. Secondary screening involves an external environmental analysis, risk analysis, and external environmental analysis and risk analysis. D. A competitor analysis. Answer is C. Secondary screening involves an external environment analysis and a risk analysis. Okay. The next question is the sale of substandard and hazardous goods under the definite condition constitute. Options are restrictive trade practice, unfair trade practice, MRTP, none of these. Question is sale of substandard and hazardous goods under defined condition constitute. Answer is restrictive trade practice. Okay. Next question is dash refers to the external forces which have a betting on the functioning on the business environment. Options are environment, culture, system, none of these. Here option is answer is environment refers to the external forces which have a betting on the functioning of the business. The next question is dash is a 49 dash is a social movement seeking to argument the rights and power of bears. Dash is a social movement seeking to augment the rights and power of bears. Options are consumer movement, consumerism, flows, none of this. Answer is consumerism is a social movement seeking to against the rights and power of bears. Okay. Next is industrial policy of 1948 aimed at industrialization, growth of agriculture, development of infrastructure, development of service sector. Which is the answer? Answer is industrial policy of 1940 aimed at industrialization. Okay. The next question is by which act of the government seeks restrictive trade? MRTP, FEMA, Industrial Policy Act 1991. Your answer is MRTP Act. By government checks restrictive trade practice by the MRTP Act. Industrial policy resolution was passed in 1931, 1956, 1947, 1999. 52. Answer is 1956. Okay. Industrial policy resolution passed in 1956. Next question is, what are the decisions taken by the government of India pertaining to public sector in the new industrial policy of 1991? Answer is VRS to shed the load of excess worker. Next is disinvestment of public sector share holding, referring sick units to BIFR. All of these. 53. Answer is all of these. Question, what are the decisions taken by the government of India pertaining to the public sector in the new industrial policy of the 1991? Options are all are correct. BRS, voluntary retirement to shed the load on excess workers, and disinvestment of public sector shares holdings, referring sick units to BIFR list. Okay. The last question is privatization of ownership through scale of equity shares is called denationalization, disinvestment, contracting, none of this. Privatization of ownership through scale of equity shared in called denationalization, disinvestment, contracting. Answer is disinvestment. Okay. Here today's class is complete up to 54 questions. We will be take from also more questions from business environment. We will cover all the 10 chapters, 10 units of UGC NET Commerce. So my friends, we will be meet in next class. क्लास को ज़रूर देखिए और शेयर कीजिए, लाइक कीजिए. थैंक यू. आप जितने भी शेयर करेंगे, जितने लाइक करेंगे और जितने भी व्यू करेंगे ना, मेरे को और भी क्लास ऐड करने के लिए बहुत इच्छा रहेगी. और मैं अभी टीचिंग की फील्ड में न्यू हूँ, तो इसलिए मेरे को थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम हो रही है. धीरे धीरे ये शायद सॉल्व हो जाएगी. थैंक यू माय फ्रेंड्स. सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिएगा और लाइक कर दीजिएगा. थैंक यू.